Qualcomm can be said to be the world's largest mobile phone chip manufacturer. Even the rise of mobile phone chip manufacturers, such as MediaTek and Ziguang, cannot change Qualcomm's influence in the field of mobile phone chips. Many Chinese mobile phone manufacturers, including Xiaomi and OPPO, also choose to purchase chips from Qualcomm, but now some mobile phone models use chips from MediaTek and other manufacturers. Even when Huawei first entered the mobile phone field, it purchased Qualcomm chips. According to relevant data, Huawei purchased hundreds of millions of chips from Qualcomm in 2019 alone. Even after Huawei was included in the Entity List by the United States, Qualcomm, which obtained a chip shipment license, still shipped tens of millions of chips to Huawei every year. In 2022, Huawei still purchased 40 million Qualcomm chips. There is no doubt that Qualcomm has made a lot of money in the field of mobile phone chips. Huawei announces it will stop purchasing Qualcomm chips. Not long ago, Kirin chips, which had been discontinued by TSMC, made a strong comeback, which also had a serious impact on Qualcomm chip shipments. Huawei also officially announced that it will stop purchasing chips from Qualcomm. Judging from the data on Huawei's purchase of Qualcomm chips in the past 2 years, after Huawei stops purchasing Qualcomm chips, Qualcomm's annual chip shipments are expected to decrease by about 60 million. Among them, 40 million are due to Qualcomm's direct reduction in orders from Huawei after Huawei stopped purchasing Qualcomm chips, and about 20 million are due to the increase in Huawei's mobile phone shipments that affected the shipments of other mobile phone manufacturers, which indirectly led to the shipment of Qualcomm chips. Reduction in cargo volume. A professional forecasting agency said that after Qualcomm chip shipments decrease, Qualcomm will suffer a loss of about 200 billion. In response to changes in the market environment, Qualcomm is now beginning to reduce costs by reducing capital and laying off employees. It is reported that Qualcomm now has 51,000 employees, but Qualcomm has laid off 1,258 people in its California company alone, and about 3,000 people in China. It has also launched large-scale layoffs around the world. Layoffs. According to data released by Qualcomm, if the market environment does not improve further next year, Qualcomm will expect to lay off about 20% to 25% of its employees. This means that tens of thousands of Qualcomm employees will be laid off. Among the US chip giants, Qualcomm is the most dependent on the Chinese market, with about 60% of its revenue coming from the Chinese market. This means that Qualcomm is also the most severely affected by US chip export controls among US chip companies. Judging from the current situation, under the influence of the US chip ban, Qualcomm's chip shipments will plummet further. According to the financial report data released by Qualcomm, its revenue declined to varying degrees in the second quarter, third quarter and fourth quarter, with net profit in the fourth quarter plummeting by more than 48%. Judging from the full-year data released by Qualcomm, Qualcomm's net profit fell by more than 44% in 2023. Huawei's strong comeback. It is estimated that Biden never expected that under the all-round pursuit, interception, and sanctions by the United States, Huawei would actually achieve a breakthrough in only 3 years, or a comprehensive breakthrough. Huawei's Kirin chips have made a strong comeback. The performance of the Kirin 9000's chip installed on the Mate 60 is close to, or even reached the 7 nanometers process. In use, the experience of using the Kirin 9000's chip exceeds that of Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Plus, and is close to Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 under hyperthreading. You must know that Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 series chips are basically made of 5 nanometers and below processes, and Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 uses TSMC's 4 nanometers process. This also means that the Kirin 9000's chip can provide an experience close to that of a 4 nanometers process chip. Of course, in addition to Huawei's chip debugging factors, this also has the powerful help of Hongmeng system. As Huawei's self-developed operating system, Hongmeng system now has 16% market share in China, becoming the third largest mobile phone operating system in the world. Huawei even announced that it will start the ecological construction and native application layout of Hongmeng system. Huawei's strong return has not only had a big impact on the mobile phone field, but also affected many fields, such as operating systems and mobile phone chips. The reason why Huawei was able to complete its breakthrough within 3 years is inextricably linked to its large investment in technology self-research. Huawei has invested $440 billion in research and development in the past 3 years. There is no doubt that Huawei has used its own actions to prove that only by mastering core technologies can it not worry about being stuck. Qualcomm's decision to abandon Huawei and stop supplying Chinese companies has undoubtedly caused an uproar in the global technology industry. With its independently developed Kirin 9000 chip, Huawei quickly emerged in the mobile phone market and became Qualcomm's #1 competitor. At the same time, the continuous advancement of domestic chip technology has also provided more choices for Chinese mobile phone manufacturers. However, even in the face of huge challenges, Qualcomm remains an important player in the global chip market. With global smartphone sales recovering and a new wave of 5G replacements, Qualcomm has the opportunity to regain market share. In any case, the dispute between Huawei and Qualcomm and the rise of domestic chips have undoubtedly had a positive impact on the technology industry and made us full of expectations for future development.